Hi there guys, Gareth here and welcome to this video plunk production. So it's been a while since I've done a sort of catch up, chatty sort of video. So I thought I'd do one now just to get you guys sort of updated on what's been going on and what's going to be going on and that sort of stuff. I will preface this video by saying I'm a bit loopy right now because I am up way past my bedtime. And the reason why I say bedtime is I'm way past when I should have gone to bed, simply because I've been trying to rattle my brain to fill out a performance review book that I have for work, and every few months or so my manager will go, yeah, Gareth, can you fill out the book for me? Mine is in a PDF form because my handwriting is terrible, so I need to type on the computer, get that out and then print it out and then get it into my manager. And I've been rattling my brain for the last 12 hours, maybe less than that. There may have been some procrastination and some distractions put in between there, but I eventually managed to get something down on paper. Whether it's going to be enough, I'll find out when my manager speaks to me about when he catches up with me. Anyway, moving on to much more exciting stuff. Now, I've tried to record this video 4 times over the past 3 days. So it's currently Wednesday the 27th of June 2018. It's currently 12:45 p.m. Yes, p.m. or 1:45 p.m. And as I said, I've been trying to record this video for 3 days now, and it's funny that it's one of those occasions where each day I go to record the video, there's something new I want to add in the video and something else I want to sort of take out of the video that was kind of not necessary in the first place. So when I did this video 2 days ago, when I first started trying to record the video and upload it 2 days ago, I was unaware of what I was going to get for my wages. I should also preface this part by saying about a week before I get paid, so last Friday, in fact I did it on Saturday, I sit down, do my calculations and sort of work out how much I've got to spend with the coming wage packet, how much disposable income I have. Yes, I did talk about, in a previous video that I'm going to be, when I'm on a base wage, and the reason why I'm saying base wage, when I'm on a base wage, I'm going to start being a lot more mindful about how much I spend and where I spend it and that sort of stuff. However, June and July are exceptions because I'm getting a boatload of overtime, or rather I worked a boatload of overtime, and as a result of that I'm getting money, because I worked a load of overtime. Some of the overtime was actually on bank holidays, and we do get paid more on bank holidays. So as a result of that, I was hoping for a fair bit of dough, if you know what I mean. However, when I recorded this video 2 days ago, I had no idea how much I was going to get paid. I was basing what I was going to get this month and what I got last month. Let's just say what I'm getting this month is significantly higher than what I got last month. I now know my wages, if you hadn't guessed that already, and my wages are significantly higher than last month, and I am extremely happy. So 2 days ago when I recorded this video, I was talking about what I'm going to be using this month's wages to buy, essentially. And I was there saying I've got to make concessions for this or concessions for that, because there's a couple of things I'm sort of having to buy, air quotes, because I feel guilty in some respects. I will explain momentarily, but I was having to make concessions on some other things I was going to buy. Long story short, I haven't got to make any of those concessions if I don't want to. But then again, there is a nagging voice in the back of my head saying, Gareth, save some money for some games coming out later in the year, which is a voice that is actually being quite reasonable. Anyway, so originally I was going to give my Switch some loving, basically. Now, one of the reasons why I want to give my Switch some real loving is because 2-3 months ago I sold Monster Hunter World Shadow of the Colossus Remaster, which I will be rebuying at some point. Maybe not this month, maybe in a couple months' time. We'll see where things go, because I don't want to commit too much this month, just in case that, because One problem with YouTubers is you commit to buying, several things. You say you're going to buy several things on camera, and then someone leaves a comment saying, "Oh, did you pick up that something, or did you get that something?" And I may have changed my mind. And the problem with that is that person then seems to get a bit shitty with you. When all due respect, it's your money, it's your decision. If you change your mind, that's your prerogative at the end of the day. So why does that person get shitty with you? But the same token, I like to avoid that, the whole altercation, that whole process, if you know what I mean. So I'm not going to commit to too much. Anyway, so yeah, I sold Monster Hunter World, Shadow Colossus Remastered, and Mario Odyssey. When I sold Mario Odyssey, that took my Switch games down one, and I don't have that many Switch games. So I kind of felt sorry for my Switch, if that sort of makes sense. And for a while now, there's been a few things I've wanted to get for my Switch. One of which is a Pro Controller. I do wish to get a Pro Controller. And last Friday, Mario Tennis Aces was released. Now, I am actually quite a big tennis fan, to be fair. I watch Wimbledon nearly every year that it's been on. I watched, both times that Andy Murray has won Wimbledon, and I've watched it for many, many years. And my dad did actually say to me when I was playing the beta that was on a few weeks ago, whenever that was, he did say to me, "Are you going to buy Mario Tennis Aces?" And I said, "Probably." And at the time, it was a maybe on my list. It wasn't a definite purchase. However, there are some friends that I speak to regularly on Discord that have also bought the game, so I'm going to buy the game, basically. So Mario Tennis Aces is a definite. The other two things I was considering were Splatoon 2 and a Pro Controller. A Pro Controller I've wanted to buy since I got my Switch, essentially. And I think now is the time to maybe pull the plug on the Pro Controller, because there are times where my hands do feel a bit cramped using the Joy-Cons in the holster, because it can be quite a cramped. It can be quite a cramped way of playing the Switch. And I have to say, when I go from the Xbox One to the PS4, having gone from the Switch, my hands do feel a lot less tense, I suppose, for lack of a better term. So a Pro Controller, and plus the travel on the sticks on the Joy-Cons are leaving a lot to be desired. So long story short, I'm probably going to be picking up a Pro Controller as opposed to Splatoon 2. So Splatoon 2 is another situation where I've got a bunch of friends that I talked to on Discord that play Splatoon 2. The problem is that potentially Mario Tennis Aces is going to take the place of Splatoon 2, so I may forego Splatoon 2. Having said that, with the money I'm getting, I can get all of that stuff and it wouldn't be a problem whatsoever. So we'll see where things go on that front. Another two things I'm considering that are almost. One of them is not sure. One of them is pretty much a guarantee, and that is the DLC for Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is the next generation DLC, which is the Enterprise D, which I will be buying because I got a bit hot and sweaty, should I say, with Star Trek Bridge Crew when I bought it late last year. Was it early this year, whenever it was. I bought Star Trek Bridge Crew for £15 on PSN, and I end up playing the game for 30 hours over the space of 3 days, give or take. So I like that game quite a bit. In fact, I deliberately stepped away from the game because I was playing it so much. I was getting a bit of Minecraft syndrome. If you don't know, Minecraft is one of those games where I can play for hours and sort of forget where I am. So long story short, I was having the same sort of effect, Bridge Crew was having the same sort of effect on me. So I sort of stood away for a bit and went, I'm going to play some other games. Plus, Luke sort of popped back up. Did Luke pop back up, or was I in touch with Luke? I got back in touch with Luke. We'll just say that maybe that's around that time that happened. I don't know, whatever. And we started playing multiplayer games on the PS4 once again. So Bridge Crew sort of, took a sidestep, if you were. But there is a DLC that's $11.99, and it brings the next generation, the Enterprise D, brings the Borg, brings the Romulans, and also brings some much needed revamp to the to Star Trek Bridge Crew, it actually brings a somewhat endless mode into it called Patrol. There's a thing you can do called Ongoing Voyages, and there's Ongoing Voyages Patrol, which basically allows you to travel to any star system you wish to go to in the game, and then the game will generate some challenges and some interactions randomly for you. So it's basically an endless mode. So, you know, I'll check that out and see where things are going with that. The other one is Hollow Knight. Now, Hollow Knight's a bit of a not sure if I'm going to get it or not, because, you know, I've got Meritorious Aces, I've got Bridge Crew, I've got all this different stuff that I'm going to buy. So Hollow Knight may take a back seat for now, and I may buy it later on when I've got a bit more free time, because I'm buying all these different things. I was going to say something then, but I kind of forgotten. Oh yeah, the reason why 2 days ago, when I first recorded this video, before knowing what my wages were going to be this wage packet, the reason why I had to make concessions, and I said to you that I'm going to have to buy something, I'm kind of forced to buy something. I'm kind of forced to buy a box set. So earlier this year, I sold the grand majority of my Blu-rays and DVDs to buy a Xbox One Elite. I then unfortunately had to sell the Xbox One Elite not that long after getting it, but that's, you know, that's beside the point. I now have an Xbox One S, and once again, thank you to the people that managed to, you know, allow me to get that Xbox One S. None of my current gaming systems are going anywhere, just to sort of let you know. One of the box sets I sold during that time, I don't know whether to reveal the box set or not. It was a box set my mum bought me 2 years ago for my birthday. And it's a box set of a specific director. A iconic director, shall I say, that's done some pretty damn iconic films over the years. He's somewhat controversial, but at the end of the day, he did some pretty iconic films that people like quite a bit. Now, literally, my birthday was on the Tuesday that year, and on the Saturday, me and my mum sat down and watched one of the films. I was about to say what film it was. One of the films contained within that set, which this film was a bit of a strange film to watch with my mum. If you know what film it is. It's the last film this director did before they passed away. They were working on another film before they passed away that Steven Spielberg took over from, so that may give you a very, very big clue into who this is. However, this is the last film they actually solely directed before passing away, and actually was a complete film product before they passed away. I watched that with my mum, and then my mum sort of said she'd be interested in watching some of the other films within this set. Now, a couple of the films in the set were actually banned here in the UK for a number of years, and it surprised me my mum wanted to watch, you know, a couple of the films in the set. One of the films I haven't personally seen, that is a iconic horror film, air quotes, suspense/horror film. And she said that, you know, we could watch it together, sort of thing. Anyway, as time went on, you know, I sold the set. My mum mentioned the set a little while ago. So, long story short, I'm there thinking, yeah, I need to rebuy the set because I don't have the set anymore. My mum just mentioned it. So I'm thinking, basically, she said the other day, oh, isn't this film in that set? Because we were talking about the director, and she goes, isn't that film in that set you've got? I'm like, yeah, it is. And, you know, you could see the cogs whirring in her head about maybe we could watch it together one day. And I'm thinking, I don't have that set anymore. So, long story short, I've secured the set on eBay for a decent price. When I say decent price, when I sold the set a little while ago, it hiked up in price. It was over £100, easily £120, £130, and I wasn't going to spend that kind of money on this kind of set. There's 10 films in this set, and although it is a beautiful set, £130, a bit outside my price range. However, I've managed to find it for under £100, and I'm happy for the price that it is, and I'll be paying that I'll be paying that on Friday and then hopefully getting that some point next week. So yes, hopefully this video made some sense. There could be some other things I think about in the next couple of days, and I'll update you on those when I think of those. Anything else to say right now? I don't think so. There is actually a video coming on a device I got recently, so I will be showing that off when I get the opportunity to do that. Anyway guys, if you could for me, like, dislike, subscribe, hit the bell icon, make sure the quotations are around it, and you receive a notification to your device of choice every time I upload a video. And as always guys, you've been a very patient and supportive audience. Please take care, and as always enjoy the rest of your day. Cheerio guys.